What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Stocks with Mike and Tom show. We have an awesome episode for everyone today. We're going to be talking about Tesla earnings, what's going on with Lucid Motors and Apple, and what's going on in the market right now. We have a ton of great plays and a ton of great information for everyone in today's video. And at the end of the video, we have a $7.8 million options trade on GameStop. So GameStop actually had a crazy day today, so make sure to stick around to the end. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. We post brand new videos every single day. But Tom, what's going on with Tesla? I was watching their chart in after hours. They're going down, up, down, up. What's going on?
This is actually pretty insane, and Tesla reports a Q1 EPS of 0.93, beating a 0.79 estimate. Their sales was 10.39 billion versus a 10.29 billion estimate, so they beat on that as well. They're going to be delivering their new semi-trucks in 2021. Their Q1 deliveries was 185,000, up 109% year over year, and they also expect to achieve a 50% average annual growth in their vehicle deliveries, plus the first deliveries of the new Model S are coming soon. But as we can see, it's been very volatile on Tesla in after hours, and they're actually going down right now. There was talk of their new factories opening up in Shanghai and Berlin, and the Shanghai factory heating up, and then also they have the new factory that's in Berlin. So they have a whole bunch of stuff going for them right now. It's very volatile in after hours, just like people thought. And man, I bet SIMP is upset he didn't get any puts, isn't he?
For sure. So yeah, we had quite the choppy movement today in after hours, and honestly, their earnings weren't that bad. They actually posted some decent numbers. If we go back to their EPS, they brought in a 0.93 EPS, while analysts were only expecting like a 0.79 EPS. So the earnings weren't terrible, but they're definitely falling off a little bit in after hours. Right now, they're down about $10 relative to where they closed at. So let's talk about more like the potential play on this for tomorrow. So I know that the market has only been closed for like 15 minutes already, but this might be a continuation down. Like, what are your thoughts on Tesla for, one, like the short term, but also for the long term?
Yeah, for the shorter term, I'm actually looking at it to come down tomorrow just because of this volatile movement, but I would not be surprised if it just ended up somewhere in the middle, maybe around 735 or 740. That would not surprise me, but just with the movement I'm seeing right now on the 1 minute, I am kind of expecting it to come down. If it comes down enough, I think 715 is a great support down here. It's also right by the 1000 SMA as well, and then if we fall below that, then I think 700 is going to be awesome. Like we've been talking about, 700 is an amazing level for Tesla. So if it falls below 700, really watch out. But I don't think it's going to go down that far. But going back to the 1 minute, it's still looking volatile. So who knows where we're going to end up by tomorrow. I think it's just such a coin flip still. Even though we're seeing some movement down, it could still easily rocket back up.
For sure. Tesla's one of those stocks that it's so volatile, it's hard to, make predictions because it just moves so much. But either way, I like it for the long term. It's good to see that they had, relatively good earnings. It wasn't anything crazy, but it definitely wasn't bad. But let's talk more about what's going on with Lucid and Apple. So Lucid is ticker symbol CCIV, and they actually had an amazing day today.
Yeah, this was amazing, up 16%, and this is because they have renewed speculation that Lucid will partner with Apple, and this is great news. It made them pop, like I said, and the Motley Fool is going ahead and reporting this, but the hopes that Lucid would partner with Apple have persisted for a couple of months now, due in part that the longtime Apple designer Johnny Ive sits on Churchill Capital's operating team. So that's a pretty big deal that Apple has some connection there. And Apple's been trying to get into that EV game for a little while now. And I remember even Tesla came out and said that he tried to sell Tesla to Apple, but Tim Cook refused to talk to Elon about the meeting and stuff like that. And I bet he's really wishing he would have done that now. But I think that with them working with Churchill, that's a fantastic thing. Or not with Churchill, with Lucid, I should say. I keep saying that because that's who they did the SPAC deal with. But it's a crazy thing here with Lucid. I think it's a pretty good company. I think this deal with Apple's pretty insane. They're up 16%. I think that this could be a good continuation over the next few months as parts of this deal really start to get flowing and we start to hear more talks, because this is just the very beginning, and once we start to hear some juicy details, we might see the stock really go up.
For sure. And keep in mind that this is just speculation. It has not been confirmed that Lucid is working with Apple. So please keep that in mind. But with that being said, I do like Lucid for the long term. I was actually looking at some leaps on them. I was looking at, some of the leap call options that expire in a year or two. So just keep that in mind. They definitely had a solid day today. But Tom, we are really in for a crazy week this week. We have the Biden updates. We have a ton of huge earnings. We have Powell speaking later in the week. So, what major events are you looking out for?
Yeah, I mean, the SPY is right around all-time highs. It actually came up today and got rejected around 418.25. It looks like about two times. Whenever it got rejected at the end of the day, there was a very steep candle to the downside, which I think was pretty significant. It really showed that rejection right there. In the morning, we could always pop above that and keep running, but we have so much stuff. We have Powell speaking Wednesday, Biden speaking Wednesday, tons of earnings coming up. We still have Apple earnings, Microsoft earnings, AMD, tons of other ones as well. It's just going to be an insane week, and I wouldn't be surprised if the market fell. I mean, there's a ton of speculation going on right now. People don't really know which way these earnings are going to go. Obviously, Tesla's earnings are kind of volatile right now. We'll have to see in the morning how it shapes up. But overall, I mean, this could make the market fall. It's either we're going to break out here or we're going to crash, I think, with all these things going on. And with Biden talking, we have stuff with taxes going on. Whenever Powell talks, he's going to be talking about the interest rates and stuff like that, and inflation probably. So there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff coming out over the next few days. So just be prepared, be ready, because we're right at all-time highs, and it's going to be a pretty big move, I think, one way or the other.
Good stuff and good stuff. And then Tom, go ahead and show Amazon intraday. It started to rocket out of nowhere on rumors of a possible split, and it might split. They might announce Amazon is splitting after their earnings report this week. So we all remember when Apple and Tesla split. It definitely helped their stock price. And Amazon, it's at like $3,400 per share right now. So I guess it definitely would make sense for it to split. So it's just another catalyst to watch out for. But let's get right into the momentum plays and the member of the day. So today's member of the day, we have Pick. So huge shout out, Pick. Thanks for being a great member of the community and asking great questions. Thanks for all you do. And let's get right into the momentum plays for tomorrow. And with the first one, we have Redfin to the upside.
Yep, and with Redfin, they had a pretty big day today, so be pretty careful. They are approaching some resistance, but make them break above 72.55.
All right, and then with the next one, we have MVIS, MVIS.
MVIS. Go ahead and make them break above $30 tomorrow. This was actually another after hours runner today, and that's a pretty good thing to see from them actually.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then we have X, which also had a pretty good day.
Yeah, US Steel. I love this company actually. Make them break above $25.
All right, sounds great. So we are eyeing these three plays for potential day trades tomorrow, only if they break above the levels Tom listed. But let's get right into this crazy GME trade. So we all know how crazy GME is. It was basically all over the news back in January. But GME actually had a pretty good day today, up around 12%. And I saw around $7.8 million being put into the GME 200 strike calls for April 30th, which is this Friday. So, it's hard to bet against GME to the upside, especially when it has some hype in it. And, with the way it looks, I'm definitely not going to say that, that they're shorting these calls, because I don't think anyone would do like a naked short on GME right now. I can see them as like covered calls, or, I could even see them as someone buying these calls, because, if you just look throughout history, GME is a really big runner. So what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. There's actually a little trend line it's bouncing off of right now. GME went up today along with AMC, and it's just like these value stocks that have kind of been going down after that big pump they all had. They're kind of all recovering back right now, and it's pretty nice to see. I would think that they are longing these calls personally. I don't know what exactly their intentions were here, but I would personally think they're longing them. It is a little bit out of the money, so it could be a little bit risky, but I think that with the way GME's setting up, it looks like a pretty good runner, actually, I think.
Yeah, sounds good. I mean, I like the setup. The only thing that bothers me with this is that it's the 200 strike calls, and I feel like the smart money, they know not to go that far out of the money. But then again, GME is a crazy runner, so it's just it's a very interesting trade to say the least. But I'm definitely gonna have my eyes on GME. They definitely are a runner, and they have a lot of potential to continue up for this week. But let's get right into the questions from the previous episode. And with the first question, we have Daniel saying, what do you guys think of UAVS? So this is a drone company, UAVS. They are doing okay. They've been pulling back for the past couple months. They're sitting right around $6 right now. I think it's a decent time to enter. I don't love this setup. Their max weekly chart definitely scares me a little bit. I think it's a relatively good play, but I'm not a huge fan of it.
Yeah, this company actually had some rumors with Amazon a while ago, and the rumor was is that they would operate those drones that would help deliver packages and stuff like that. But it was just rumors, and they really rose off of those rumors, and then they rose like with GameStop and some of those others too. But I do think it's a great entry right now. Obviously drones are pretty good, I think, for the future, and a lot of companies might look at it. And if they had rumors with Amazon in the past, who knows? Maybe they could talk to Amazon again, but just keep in mind that that's total speculation right there. Overall, it's pretty good though, off support around $4.50, and I think it's a pretty good company for the longer run. But just keep in mind that over like 1 year, it could go up or down either way. But I think over the next like 5 to 10, it'll have some pretty significant growth.
Sounds good. And with the next question, we have Jason saying, how about every time Mike says cash secured put, we take a drink? Well, that could get pretty dangerous. He said, actually, I love selling puts too. Any thoughts on EPD? So let's take a look at it. They don't move too much. He also said that they have a good dividend, and 26 out of 26 analysts rate it as a buy. So looking at APD, it's definitely not bad. I know they have to do with natural gas and stuff like that. Their chart looks pretty decent. I think it looks okay. They have a pretty big support right around $20, and then a really strong resistance right around 25. If you like it for the long term, it wouldn't hurt to just start averaging in, maybe buy a quarter of your intended position now, and then another quarter in a couple weeks or a couple months from now. But I think it looks pretty decent.
Yeah, they're definitely recovering pretty well. It looks pretty good. They're getting close to those highs before COVID happened, so just be careful. There is a little bit of overhead resistance, but I think with the way it's recovering, it looks pretty good, especially if it can break out above $24.
All right, and then we have Jack Tastic saying, yo, Mike and Tom, great work as always. What are your thoughts on this 5G play? INSG. He said it's trading near lows. Thoughts on a bounce back? So I can definitely see it. It is right at support right now, right around $8 to $9. I think it's a pretty good setup actually, as long as you like it for the long term. I like cash secured puts on it. The IV's right around 100%. And you can get some pretty nice premiums on them. So I do like it, especially for cash secured puts. I think it could be a total win-win as long as you like the stock for the long term. And like I said, they are at support right now between $8 and $9. And if they pop back up, their next resistance is at 14 to 15.
Yeah, for sure. And it's an amazing setup. I love it off that support. I love the gap down. I definitely think that if we break above these highs here around 10 or 11, we will run up to 14. It's just an overall pretty good setup off support. I don't know anything about the stock itself, but it looked like it had a pretty good year going for it, and it just came back down to support. So it could be a really good time to buy, actually, given that it's at the support that it is at. And I think that for leaps, I wouldn't necessarily get leaps on this one just because it's low price and pretty volatile. But I think I would just look more at shares or just cash secure puts.
Sounds good. Well, Tom, do you have any last minute stocks you're looking at? Anything with Tesla earnings? I'm looking at them in after hours right now. It looks like they're definitely continuing down. Right now, they're down about $13 in after hours. But, they're not down too much. A lot of times you see, when a company reports earnings, they might be down, 8%, 10%. But Tesla's not really down too much right now. They're kind of holding their ground right around that 725 level.
Yeah, for sure. It's a pretty good move. I think that they'll hold $700 at least. I don't think that they're going to go that low by tomorrow. We'll just have to see what happens. Like you said, it's not too big of a move yet. And I thought the news was fairly good. So hopefully it helps them kind of go back up, or they might catch some momentum tomorrow. But here's some more earnings for tomorrow, guys. Before open, we're going to have UPS, GE, 3M, LLY, Raytheon, British Petroleum. After close, we have the most popular AMD, Microsoft, Google, Pinterest, and Visa. So definitely be ready tomorrow. It's going to be a big day. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are definitely the days to watch for earnings tomorrow. So definitely watch out this week. It's going to be a crazy week, and definitely just be careful. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. So if you have positions, just be ready for black swan events. We might see a random drop or a random pop, anytime throughout the day with this weird stuff going on. So just be ready, be prepared, and there just might be a bunch of big swings coming this week. And I just want to really reiterate just to be careful, because it's one of those times where, especially if you're a new trader, it could really bite you.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thanks for sharing that, Tom. We have some really big earnings later in the week. Like Tom pointed out, Apple and Amazon are on Wednesday and Thursday. So we really have some huge companies reporting, and they will definitely move the market. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you want to trade with Tom and I every single day, day trades, swing trades, and access to our bots, you can click the first link in the description down below for about $40 off. Our bots actually had a nice call out on Apple calls today too. So yeah, feel free to join. It's the first link in the description down below. And then also come join Tom and I live in the morning. Tom and I have been going live every single morning at market open. You can come join us live. It'll be in the link in the description down below. We have a separate channel called Stocked Up Live, so feel free to subscribe. We go live around, like 5 minutes before open. So come join Tom and I live. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments down below. But other than that, thanks for watching.